I took my drugs and took my love, and when I left out the spot, I got a Barbie from the party, marking X on the dot. She calls my phone up, I told her I'm a loner. She likes my watch, my drop top, and my persona. We hit the highway 155, my whole foot on the dash. She's in my ear, she's got no fear, could care less if we crash. On my radar, I've got some nerve to play on. I took away my now Playboy sweet on. We don't dance, dance, dance. We don't dance, dance, dance. We don't dance, dance, dance. I left my heart speeding car going 90 in the rain. She took my heart, filled it with nothing but pain. This speed in my hands, it's not for romance. I wanna stay, but Playboys, we don't dance, dance, dance. So I won't dance again. Oh, baby.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. We running that back. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. We running that back. I won't dance again with the Jerry curl juice dripping on my skin. We won't dance again with the Jerry curl juice dripping down my chinny chin chin. Ooh, run it back, perfect. Run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back. One more time, run it back, run it back, run it back. Oh, it's so saucy, McNulty. What's your name? Never faulty. My name is Perfect Timing. It's the Perfect Timing Podcast. How y'all doing tonight? We are simulcasting live on 3 channels. We on Perfect Timing Podcast, Perfect Timing Podcast Live. We also simulcasting, streaming live on Facebook. Yeah, under Patrick Potter. If you don't know, now you know. Get in the description so you can see all of my social media accounts. Follow me everywhere I go, everywhere I be. Every little place we go, every little radio, you see the same suckers on every channel doing the same thing. Is perfect. I set the wave, they ride the wave. Get a surfboard. Get a surfboard, get a skateboard, get some roller skates, get on wheels, get you a Palomino on wheels. She doesn't loop the loop. She goes in a circle figure 8. We call that a Mustang. It's perfect timing. It's nothing but a thing. I'm running it back. I'm running it back. I'm running it back. It sounds so good. It sounds so beautiful. It's an NFT. PTP NFT. Say it with me. PTP NFT. Say it with me. PTP NFT. Did you hear me? PTP NFT. Be running in the back, y'all.
I took my drugs and took my love, and when I left out the spot, I got a Barbie from the party, marking X on the dot. She calls my phone up, I told her I'm a loner. She likes my watch, my drop top, and my persona. We hit the highway 155, my whole foot on the dash. She's in my ear, she's got no fear. Could care less if we crash. On my radar, I've got some nerve to play on. I took away my now Playboy sweet on. We don't dance, dance, dance. We don't dance, dance, dance. We don't dance, dance, dance. I left my heart speeding car going 90 in the rain. She took my heart, filled it with nothing but pain. This beat in my ears, it's not for romance. I wanna stay, but Playboys, we don't dance, dance, dance. So I won't dance again. Oh baby, I won't dance again. Oh yeah, yeah, I won't dance again. Pretty baby, pretty baby. The after party was at Wilson and 73rd. You've got the notion somebody else was with me first. On my radar, I've got some nerve to play hard, waiting for my chance. You don't make me dance no more, don't dance. No, no, I don't dance, don't dance. Oh no, I don't dance, don't dance. Yeah, I don't dance, no, no. I left my heart speeding car going 90 in the rain. She took my heart, filled it with nothing but pain. This beat in my ears, it's not for romance.
Hey y'all, I'm back here going back. I'm back here going buku bananas crazy, man. Share the show, man. Don't dance, don't dance. I'm telling you, man. I wish I could show the video, man. He got a Jerry curl dripping wet, man. He's singing to him right now, man. He's singing to him right now. Hey, Meg, I ain't gonna dance with you no more. Hey, you remember saying you want to shoot people with garbage cans? Shoot the bitch in the pinky toe. Shoot the bitch in the pinky. Hey, are you in charge of the girls? I want to know one question. Hey, Meg. Hey, Meg. One question. Are you in charge of the girls? Woo! I don't want to dance. Hey, Meg, I got one question. Are you in charge of the girls? You want to hit people with garbage cans. Hey, it's going to be a blast. Hey, Meg Thee Stallion, free Tory Lanez, stop black male oppression. Woo! Thank you for the judicial system. Thank you for DNA. Thank you for technology. Thank you for 2022. Thank God for the Lord. Look at this beautiful thumbnail. Look at that beautiful, glorious mahogany ass shining and glistening so beautifully. But we not gonna dance. We not gonna dance. Woo! PTPNFT. Say it with me. PTPNFT. Say it with me. PTPNFT. Woo! I don't wanna dance.
Wanna stay with Playboys, we don't dance, dance, dance. I can't dance again. Oh no, I can't dance again. Yeah, yeah. I can't dance again. I won't dance again.
Yeah, man, we gonna keep that loaded up. We're going to keep that loaded up, right? We're going to keep that loaded up, right? We're going to have to come back to that, right? We're going to keep that loaded up, man, because I wish I could play that in the background, man, because I'm so inspired right now, right? I don't dance. We not dancing. Welcome into the show, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We in a brand new studio, man. All the lights. We looking so good. I love it. We at the MacBook Pro. We got the big green bell pepper welfare nose. We got the salt and pepper shaker on the face. Ooh, we looking so good. Ooh, we about to get into academics, about the fire flame Meg Thee Stallion. Why are we showing this perfect timing? But we got a lot of playlists. We got a lot of playlists. We got a playlist on Kyle Rittenhouse. We got a playlist on Ahmaud Arbery. Go look at my playlist. We got a playlist on Kimberly Porter, the murderous cop. We got a playlist on a lot of court cases, right? So this is in vain of not only being with the perfect perspective in the court cases that we do, but this is also in the vein of YouTube algorithm and being salacious and sensational. Because I'm salacious, I'm sensational, and I'm all that shit. 5.0, 5.0, 5.0. And we not gonna dance no more. So check this out, man. On the first episode of The Perfect Perspective, we went in on this Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion. What I said from the beginning is that in the very beginning, what we found out about Meg Thee Stallion is that she was a blackout drunk, right? She was an admitted sex worker, right? She was the only person in this whole thing who was an admitted criminal, right? Now, 2 weeks before this incident, she had got outed for being a felon. I recall, because she's such a beautiful woman, I follow her. You know what I'm saying? So she got called out for being a felon. She had to come on Instagram and apologize to everybody about not being honest about the court cases that she had in her past, right? So she came out talking about being a felon. So one of the things I said from the beginning, the only person in this court case is who's actually a criminal, who raps about doing crime, who's actually been to court, actually been convicted of a crime, is Meg. Meg Thee Stallion, her mother and father, she comes from a criminal neighborhood in a criminal background. From day one, this is what I said. But there's a way that certain people are looked at in the judicial system, right? And no one looked at it fairly, right? So you have someone who's a known sex worker, a convicted criminal, right? And then a blackout drunk, right? And then this is what happens. Meg waits 30 days to change her story. What's unique about this, if you've ever been prosecuted for something like this, what's very important, and this is what exonerated Tory later, this is what we're going to learn about today. What's very important in a case like this is what, you guys? Physical evidence. And that's going to rule the day. That's exactly what's going to rule the day. What's most important in a case like this is the physical evidence. And my problem with Meg Thee Stallion and her recollection of the events is that she waited 30 days to change her story. She gave one initial statement on the night of the event. She had opportunity to change that statement several times. She did not change that statement with the police. She changed that statement publicly on social media 30 days after the event. What was unique about when and how she chose to change her statement is that all physical evidence had been removed. What do I mean? Her wounds had healed, right? All the glass, everything from the event that night, any alcohol, anything that the rental car, the actual vehicle, any exculpatory evidence that could have been gathered that would support the fact that Tory was innocent or that Meg found Tory guilty. The police, the EMTs, everybody that night, nobody felt that Tory was guilty of shooting Meg Thee Stallion. The investigation into Tory Lanez actually committing a crime or shooting or allegedly shooting Meg Thee Stallion did not occur till 30 days after the event, where all physical evidence was already gone. Or so I thought. That's what I thought, right? I was not. I say I'm perfect, I'm not right. So I thought that all the physical evidence was gone, right? So I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, at this point, think about what was going on. We had the Me Too movement, and you had women saying that women should be believed based on their word, right? We're talking about killing sacred cows and individuals not actually having value, not bringing value to the space of women, not bringing value to the space of music, not bringing value to the space, period, right? But claiming to be valuable, right? Meg Thee Stallion claims to be valuable, right? But what value does she bring to the space, right? So I said all of the physical evidence is gone, right? No, no, no. All the physical evidence did not disappear, right? I now believe that Meg Thee Stallion hoped that and waited for to change her story after. This is the perfect perspective. I believe she waited to change her story after 30 days only because she wanted the physical evidence to no longer be there. So you would be forced to only have the word of the so-called victim, i.e. the woman. And we're not going to put a race on it, even though we're putting a race on the black man, but we're not going to put a race on the woman because we're not going to pick on women. We don't do that here. Even though we're going to have some fun tonight with Meg Thee Stallion. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let academics do it. We're going to show academics. I'm not going to do it. My hands are clean. I got clean hands. We're going to let academics do it. So I got clean hands. Shout out to everybody in the chat. L. Nixon. Shout out L. Nixon, May. Tory the Tutor. Shout out Tory the Tutor. Brand news. Tory the Tutor got a brand new picture up on Twitter. I told you I'll go follow Butterscotch on Twitter. You're missing out right now. We here in the building. Shout out. That's the Wolf. What's up, Wolf? Hey, man, we going in, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's a salacious topic. It's a beautiful thumbnail, but there's real jewels to extrapolate from this situation and how it is. Number one, Tory Lanez is not American. Shout out to Sun Claw just came through. Tory Lanez is not American. So the thing that always intrigued me about this case is how certain individuals from the perfect perspective have a stigma of guilt. So if you're wondering what the tone of my courtroom perspective, what I've always said is, speaking to the Kyle Rittenhouse case, I never said that Kyle Rittenhouse received too much justice, right? I only said that I believe that black men deserve the same level of justice that Kyle Rittenhouse received. That's what it comes down to. I don't believe that Kyle Rittenhouse got too much justice. I just think that black men deserve the justice that Kyle Rittenhouse got. So let's get into the video. We got 2 videos from DJ Academics about to cook. You know what I'm saying? The perfect perspective. You know what I'm saying? We're saying free Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? Meg Thee Stallion is very upset. So in a quick synopsis before we go to the videos, what has taken place? Let's check this out. You know what I'm saying? Let's make sure that we still broadcasting, man. You still broadcasting, man. Put some 5.0s in the chat, man. Oh yeah, we beautiful. Yeah, we beautiful. We Gucci. We Gucci. Gucci, Gucci, la la la. Gucci, Gucci. Gucci, Gucci, la la la. Gucci, Gucci. We Gucci, man. Make sure you share the video. Yesterday we talked about sharing the video. This is a great time to talk about sharing the video. When we talk about sharing the video, we talk about, and the other night in my last podcast, I'm gonna talk about it again because while I play the video, I'm gonna be sharing the video in Facebook groups. So we talked about before building networks and sharing the video within Facebook groups. So it's important to share the video, but not only share the video, but share the video within Facebook groups. So I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers, right? One of my favorite YouTubers, Brother Sanchez. Brother Sanchez, a flat earther, and Brother Sanchez, he was speaking to his audience as he was starting the video and playing the music, and Brother Sanchez was actually sharing the video in Facebook groups, and I was like, wow, I thought I was the only one who did that, and especially I didn't think someone with 100,000 subscribers would share his own video. I'm thinking maybe he pays somebody or he has someone who works for him. But I was like, wow, Brother Sanchez shares his own videos in the Facebook groups. And what he was asking his audience to do was join the Facebook groups and share his video. And I was like, I'm like, I speak to my audience all the time about sharing the video, building a network, the tenements of the high value man, and why it's important for us to build a network, how growing the voice, growing the space, and growing the message is going to have to do a lot with sharing the video and pushing out the message from the individuals who are the particular audience. So what Brother Sanchez said is he instructed his audience to go to Facebook and join Facebook groups. They have groups for everything we discussed: fathers and families. We got red pill groups. You got podcast groups. You got YouTube groups. You got music, hip hop groups. You got fashion. So you can go to Facebook and join groups like tonight. It could be a hip hop group. So if you're on Facebook, join some Facebook groups. And when Perfect Time it says share the video, you hit the share button and you go drop down and you pick group. And then you put it in the group and you share the video in the group, and that pushes out the video. It helps the algorithm, it helps the message get out. So it's important that when we share the video, that we as working as men to build networks. So it's very important to work on building a network. So let's see this Meg Thee Stallion. We want to go to what we want to go to, man. I think I want to go to Academics Fire Flaming. But that was like an hour.
We're going to get Meg Thee Stallion right. Meg, whatever issue you got with Tory, I wasn't fucking you, shorty. Tory. Whatever beef you got with him, keep it there. Okay? Shot you.
Let's go to Academics.
Okay? Now, I only jump in shit and I only feel offended with my integrity besmirched. Okay? I'm not Trash K. I'm not other niggas reporting that Queen's dead. I'm not them niggas. Okay? When I'm saying some shit, I either seen it or I know the legit people who told me. And to keep it real, if it was ever a lie, I throw them niggas to the wolves. Everybody knows before you lie to me, act on your ass to the wolf first. So I want to preface everything I'm going to say by this. Let's not get into semantics of when court started to center. We could talk about that too. A while back, and this is how court works. I'm going to educate a lot of people. Tory is charged with gun possession and I believe aggravated assault. The aggravated assault part is shooting. The gun possession, shouldn't have a gun. Okay. In trying to prove this, that Tory did it, they got to go through a bunch of steps. It's a bunch of parts that's not adding up. It's not open and shut. We're hearing things that aren't really matching up. Now, here's what I'm saying too, because this is where like the little, like Meg, I got to like really get at her about. Shorty, like, you just don't talk to me like I'm one of these little peon ass bloggers. Like niggas could just put a battery in my back and I'm riding. Nigga, I was keeping it same in terms of how I see it fair when me and Tory wasn't seen eye to eye. And everybody knows that because Tory came on the stream and we weren't seen eye to eye, but I was calling shit like I see it. You don't pay me. He don't pay me. I don't give a fuck what y'all got going on. So, that's whatever y'all got going on. But Tory's charged. The first and foremost thing that, and I knew this information, there's discovery. When you get charged with a crime and you're going to go take it to trial, whatever the case is, the prosecution has to submit to you with discovery. I just did a whole thing about YNW Melly. That whole thing that the whole internet's running with, like 66 pages of DNA, that came from me. You know, you want to pull that document up? I could do it live. It's court records. It's public. I can do it live. You know, I'll do it live. Fuck it. So the thing that nobody even looked to, and I don't want to do too much on here because I want to give away like my secrets of like, you're like, oh, this shit's public. You know what I mean? This got to Google. Make sure I can't see that. And I'm gonna relate it back to Tory because I gotta educate y'all a little bit on the court process for y'all to understand what I'm saying. They didn't have a conversation today about DNA in court. So I see like some other fucking journalists. No, they weren't talking. Yeah, today wasn't a DNA conversation. What I'm actually talking about is actual discovery that the state ran a DNA test on the gun. It's the same reason why Taxstone, no disrespect, caught his federal case with the gun. Because remember, if you remember that case, Troy Ave was a person videoed with the gun. How did they know it was Taxstone? How did they know to give him the federal charge? They found his DNA on the magazine, which showed he loaded it, and on the gun. Yes, they could give you a gun possession charge, and that's something that could be used as evidence. Fingerprints, DNA. Cool. I'm showing you how it's been used in other cases, right? Hold on. Just want to do this shit real quick. So again, and by the way, this is not no act defense Tory shit. Like, no, this is me. I ain't gonna let y'all realize the steez I be on these days. Any rapper who say something about me, I'm on their neck. Don't be talking about me like I'm no Tasha K. Nigga, it's Big Act over here, man. I got some fucking respect. Just showing you, nigga, when I say something, I'm not just pulling out my ass. I'm not Tasha K. Okay, for example, scroll. Supplementary discovery. Hold on, just give me 1 second. What day was that? It's probably this. Is it this? No, it's this right here. My bad. It's this right here. I'm doing this live. Like I'm on another page, but I'm clicking through shit that is essential. Okay. So literally, like, and again, I gotta give y'all a little bit breakdown of court before y'all understand this, right? So this is the YNW Melly shit, right? So when I report that motherfucker, I just gotta make sure y'all understand I'm not just making shit up. I just come up here like Tasha K. I'm rich. The fuck? If I'm about to make some shit up, yo, Meg, I wouldn't make it up about you, nigga. I'm about to make it up about Rihanna, Ye, Kim. The fuck am I making up about you? The fuck you think this is? This case been 2 years too long. It been dragged out. Nobody even gives a fuck no more. It's like, no matter wherever it goes, when it's done, we're gonna be like, finally. We don't care. Oh, check my story. I'm gonna check my story. Hold on. Anyway, so that's that. We're gonna get to it. Okay. So that's where, I don't even know if I pulled it up right, but you can see it says 66 pages. I had a screenshot of my video. Okay. Y'all say Meg said something? This is perfect. We're gonna do it live. Oh, I'm glad she's talking. Okay. See, yo, Meg, by the way, your PRs are nice with this. Yeah, you won't get me caught up though. Yo, Meg, I've been in this music business before you even thought of music. Okay, before you knew your fucking lullabies. Okay, so stop with this big, like, little boy. You can't little nigga me, Meg. You just came in this shit. Okay, you came in this shit. Relax. You can't little nigga me. You can't little nigga me, my nigga. I don't give a fuck what you got with Tory. You can't little nigga me. Meg, you don't deserve none of them fucking awards you got. Fuck is you talking about? How you gonna little nigga me? You've been on Rock Nation basically getting sympathy awards for 3 years. Fuck is you talking about, Meg? Is Meg out of her mind? Meg, you the definition. You had a spark when you started. Now you garbage. We all thought you was going to be some top tier lyricist. Nowadays, we don't even think about you when it comes to rapping. We thought he was going to compete with Nicki. You turned out to be mid. Fuck is you talking about? It should be Little Meg. Your whole fucking claim to fame for the last 2 years is oh, okay, never mind. You had a song with Beyonce. Oh, other than that, he shot me. You've been a victim for 2 years. Again, if you did get shot, listen, I'm not like litigating this case. I'm going off facts. Just don't be coming at niggas who's saying factual shit. Maybe the factual shit I'm saying doesn't appease your timeline or what your story is. By the way, I reported things in terms of what you said or whatever that didn't probably appease Tory. You know what Tory got to do? Remember, we
act, don't do it like that. Act going in. Act going in. Don't hurt him. I said, look, I got clean hand, no fingerprints, I didn't say none of this. Perfect timing is innocent. I'm innocent. I love black women. I don't have an opinion on Meg Thee Stallion. I didn't say any of this. All of the views, fair use. Fair use. This is a commentary, live reaction. Feel free to comment in the chat. We need a poll. Should we get a poll? I'm going to get a poll. I'm going to go back to the video, share the show. I'm going to put up a poll. I'm going to ask the audience, do you think Tory is free? Do you think Meg Thee Stallion is correct? Do you think Tory Lanez? It's not me. It's up to you. It's up to you. Academics, thank you, academics. Academics, he said it. He said you've been getting charity on Rock Nation. Academics said, I didn't say it. Academics said you don't deserve none of those awards. Academics said it. I didn't say it. Academics said you not dropping no heat, Meg. Academics said you can't little boy me. Tory Lanez said, I'm not gonna dance no more. Don't dance. Don't dance. Hey, Meg, I got one question. Are you in charge of the girls? Hey. Hey, Meg, I got one question. Are you in charge of the girls? That's all I want to know, Meg. I don't have an opinion. Are you in charge of the girls? Because people want to hear people with garbage cans. I don't want to dance. I'm not going to dance. I'm not going to dance. Yo, we not going to dance no more. Hold on, man. We not going to dance. Don't dance. Oh, man, hold on. We're not going to dance. Academics, what is you doing to me, academics?
fell out. Gotta hold that. I'm trying to be here to try to pick out the shit that isn't maybe the common narrative. So let's go to it. All right. All right. So, okay. Let me just put this back. How do I get it? I gotta get here. Oh, my bad. I see. All right, Meg. I understand you're the victim in this case, so I also want to control my tone. I don't want to make it seem like I'm hyped up not because of you and Tory. I'm hyped up because I don't like when people like really come at me thinking I'm like these little low down dirty bloggers. I'm really not into that type of stuff. So I don't want my tone to be seeming like I'm trying to bully you, intimidate you, harass you, or even like call you a liar. That's like nothing I said Meg's a liar. Never said that. And that's why I deleted and reposted my actual tweet, because here's the thing, and I'll give it all out. So I seen with my own eyes, and I knew this before today. The prosecutor sent over DNA results from their analysis of the gun. They sent it over. They give it to Tory. They got a copy. That's how it goes. That's discovery. We're letting you know what we got. This is what we got. I've seen this. Now, before you try to get Tory locked up, I was there when the shit came through. So I seen it. Okay? I don't have no copies of it. I'm not about to put it up. I ain't trying to get Tory locked up. Okay. Now, because I know you're trying to bait me, because I think that's what his last one is, right? Like, yo, wait, how do you know? Big act, little act. Why would you post there was no... okay, all right. And by the way, see, got to be humble enough. That's why I corrected my first tweet, because I tried to simplify it in reporting the news. But let me just say, she said, why would you post there was no DNA, but now saying it's inconclusive? Well, let me answer that to you, Meg. In a court of law, if you can't prove it, it's not what you know, is what you could prove. Inconclusive, okay, you're right. Technically doesn't mean there's no DNA found. It's saying they can't conclude that it's Tory's DNA on the weapon and he had possession of it. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. It's not what you know, it's what you could prove. So again, people are now trying to inconclusive, what does that mean? If I go to court, right? Like, for example, when OJ went to court and he got let off, what they said, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit. It ain't say if the glove ain't fit, he ain't do it. It says
if the glove don't fit, you must acquit. That's the ball game. So what is we talking about right here? We talking about discovery. Somebody told you the tutor. Will you help me out? Exculpatory evidence. That's what we talking about right now. So let's go to it, man. So what is Act saying? Discovery before even a trial. This is why Tory has been out making music, feeling so confident, creating NFTs. But we got something else to talk about. So Tory has been saying, but he hasn't been able to speak about the fact that he's innocent and that he's always had evidence that he's innocent. So this is an article from The Cut, right? So let's read this article report. The alleged DNA report, in fact, was brought up at the pre-trial hearing on Wednesday, but the contents of the report were not. Pre-Rolling Stone reporter, the reporter was merely mentioned in the part of Lane's defense, right? Though the actual remains unconfirmed, we are in the process of actually retaining an expert with respect to the DNA. Lane's attorney reportedly told the court, per Dylan's tweets, it is our hope that we were able to review and confirm that LAPD's analysis, which from our standpoint is favorable. I'm going to read that again. Tory's lawyer is saying it is our hope that we will be able to review and confirm that LAPD's analysis, which from our standpoint is favorable. So Academics is very animated tonight. We're going to go back. Oh, I got my big old green pepper well-figured bird. Why y'all didn't tell me I got my whole face in the screen, man? I can't see, man. I can't see. So I can't see. I can't see. So Pastor $40 said, what you doing, man? I don't know. Got this big welfare green bell pepper nose all in the camera, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, in the TV, now I'll be on YouTube. Now I know why they always was powdering their nose, man. You know what I'm saying? And I love myself, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm a Leo. I think I'm beautiful. But I swear to God, my nose, man, on the camera, I feel like my nose be covering up the whole great big welfare green bell pepper nose. But thank you, Pastor. So check this out. It says it is our hope that there will be that. So what DJ Academics was very animated. We're going to go back to that because it's entertaining. But basically what Academics is saying this, in the court case, that's why we're talking about this tonight. Pre-trial, there's something called discovery. So going back to Kyle Rittenhouse, if you remember, Kyle Rittenhouse was given privy to self-defense. When we first heard about Kyle Rittenhouse, what did we first hear? The judge said that you could not call the people that Kyle Rittenhouse killed victims. This all happened in discovery before the trial ever started. What we heard is, number one, you can't call those people victims because they were there doing crime, and Kyle Rittenhouse can call himself a person who was protecting. He can call himself someone who was defending. Now, this was all argued in discovery and pre-trial based on the evidence that happened on the ground. What Academics is talking about is pre-trial discovery before the trial ever started. There was certain things discussed in the case. This is very important, imperative when we talk about what's that boy that got murdered in Florida's name? Trayvon Martin. What's very important about Trayvon Martin in the cases since then is the argument that happened pre-trial. See, everybody knows that George Zimmerman was given privy to stand your ground, but there were pre-trial arguments that took place that allowed George Zimmerman to have that as a defense. There are many different defenses. He could say it was manslaughter. He could say it was defense of this. You can choose a lot of different ways to defend yourself, right? He chose to defend himself with the law that a lot of the country had never heard of before, a law that was unique to Florida. That law was made popular and it was called stand your ground. But that was argued before the trial ever started. And his lawyers had to present proof of why George Zimmerman would be allowed to use stand your ground as a defense. In the Tory Lanez versus Meg Thee Stallion case, similar arguments have taken place pre-trial. In those pre-trial arguments, there was physical evidence that was gained and taken from the scene that Perfect Timing didn't even know about, that most of the public didn't know about. In that physical evidence that was taken from the scene was DNA from the gun and a DNA swab from the mouth of the accused person, right? And the people in the car. So the victim and the accuser did a DNA swab and they did a DNA test as part of the discovery before the trial ever got started. What his attorney is saying and what DJ Academics is reporting is in that pre-trial DNA. Now get this even more compounds the story, because in the pre-trial DNA, this was done by the LAPD. Tory Lanez hasn't even got his own expert, which will be favorable to Tory Lanez. Currently, as it stands, the LAPD's DNA report is favorable to Tory Lanez, right? The current LAPD DNA report is favorable to Tory Lanez. That's what this comment is saying, that once they get a chance to get their own expert, this case is basically done, because the LAPD itself has said there's no DNA evidence from Tory Lanez on the gun. Tory Lanez, if they're made to go to trial, will present his own expert witness to say that, to back up. This comment is saying that what will happen next is that we will get an expert scientist to support the LAPD report, with two scientists saying that there is no scientific possibility that Tory Lanez pulled the trigger. If the glove don't fit, you must acquit. If the glove don't fit, you must acquit. Shout out to DJ Academics, man. Let me get that poll up, man. Shout out to DJ Academics. What y'all think, man? I think DJ Academics did a good job, man. So let's go back to DJ Academics, man. Let's get this poll up, man. I want to get this poll up and see what the audience think. You know what I'm saying? Let's get I had to go to the article. You know, I like the video, but in this YouTube space, people want to see your sources, right? So it's one thing for academics to say it. It's one thing for Perfect Timing to say it. It's another thing for me to read the report from the reporter and from the court, right? So we got the video, right? We're going to go to the video because the video is entertaining. People like watching the video. People like watching us get down. But we also got the actual report from their lawyers, from the court, from the state, of the exculpatory evidence that happened in discovery. So this is not conjecture. This is not conjecture from academics. This is not conjecture from Perfect Timing. These are the facts on the ground as it stands from the LAPD crime lab. We gotta get this understood. These are the facts on the ground as it stands from the LAPD crime lab. This is not Tory Lanez's lawyer or his expert. They haven't got a chance to put on their defense, because that only happens in trial. That only happens when you go to trial, where you get a chance to defend yourself and then you get to put on your defense. But we're not doing that yet, right? We haven't got to that yet. But and I'll be honest, you know, we got a girl behind the mic. We got other people in this space with a lot more legal prowess than me. But from what I've learned and what I've studied, I would be surprised if they go to trial, because I don't know what you charge Tory with at this point. I don't even think you can get a gun charge without the DNA, because that's why academics qualify this statement with the tax stone. Tax Stone not only got charged for the shooting, but also for illegally possessing a gun. If you don't have Tory Lanez DNA on the gun, you can't even charge him with possession. Are y'all listening? You can't even charge Tory Lanez with possession. Perfect timing, perfect perspective, perfect did it again. You cannot even charge Tory Lanez with possession. If you do not have DNA, you cannot, the case should come to a halt. And the reason why we're doing this story is, why is a black man still being oppressed? Why is this black man still charged? And why did this black man go through all of this and damn near lose his career in his life? Tory Lanez was ready to commit suicide. Tory Lanez admitted he was going through depression. He was going to commit suicide. He was stopped streaming. He was dropped by his label. He went broke. He was one of the most #1 streaming artists. He was dating the #1 it girl. He was dating Meg Thee Stallion. And when she said this, he lost everything. He lost everything. And now it turns out that she lied to support and sell her music. How does Tory Lanez recoup? How do black men recoup if there's a stigma on guilt upon us? It's not about the accuser. We're not going to pick on women. We're not going to pick on black women. That's for another channel. We're not going to do that tonight. Academics can say what he want to say about Meg Thee Stallion. I want to focus on the stigma of guilt that is the stench on black men. I call it the King Kong Kung Fu. That's my focus. My focus is on my son, my brothers, and the black men who are guilty until proven innocent. Why is Tory Lanez still under accusation? After, and you know what is so disrespectful? That we had this DNA evidence and the attorney is a black woman. The district attorney is a black woman, and they've known he's been innocent for over a year, and watch this woman lie and ruin his career. This woman, why the district attorney knew she was lying, this woman, Meg Thee Stallion, has done appearances with the senator from LA. The district attorney of LA knows she's lying, but Meg Thee Stallion is allowed to appear with a state senator over 70 years old who's been a state senator, Maxine Waters, or congresswoman for over 20 years when the DA knows. So that means Maxine Waters knew Meg Thee Stallion was lying, but Maxine Waters still supported Meg Thee Stallion throughout this time. The whole time Maxine Waters gave Meg Thee Stallion all of these accolades, Meg Thee Stallion was lying and destroying a black man's life and career. Do Maxine Waters have an apology for Tory Lanez? Maxine Waters, you owe Tory Lanez an apology. You owe black women an apology. But we ain't going to go in on Maxine Waters because that's too easy. We're not going to go in on Meg Thee Stallion because that's too easy. I want to ask you, what about this stigma of guilt on black men? Why was Tory Lanez? Why was R. Kelly? Why was Bill Cosby? Why is it so easy to criminalize us and make us guilty? All you have to do is say, hey, perfect, grab my booty. That's all you got to say, and everyone will believe you. It is so easy to criminalize the black man. We have a stigma of guilt. I call it the King Kong Kung Fu. There was no physical evidence to support Meg Thee Stallion's claims. And now it comes out that there was actually physical evidence to refute her claims for a year, and they let her destroy his life. What value do we see? I've been having fun, but it's not about the music. It's not about the booty. It's not about that. It's about us. It's about us. It's about how we value each other as black men. It's about how quickly we say, yeah, he did it. and how it is so hard for me to conjure up support for R. Kelly, for Bill Cosby, for Tory Lanez. It's too easy to make the jokes about Tory Lanez. It's too easy to make the jokes about Bill Cosby. And it's so hard to support. Tory Lanez needed support. He was a young man. He was innocent, and the whole industry said Game wanted to beat him up. Remember that? People wanted to beat him up. People didn't want him to come to the club. He lost his money. He lost his friends. People thought he was a type of person who would shoot a woman. How would you feel if you love women and people, men you respect, believe you shot a woman? They believe you would hurt a woman. He was hurt. He was hurt. His first song was an R&B song. He loved everybody, but just it's so easy for a black man. People believe black men are just monsters. Y'all, I'll go back to the video. Y'all don't want to hear me talk. Y'all don't want to hear me because I could do this all night. Because this is the part you don't want to hear. You want to hear me talk about booty. You want to hear me talk about black women ain't shit. You don't want to hear me talk about black men and our pain. Huh? You don't want to hear the voice of black men. You don't want to see my face when I talk about this young black man and what happened to him, right? It's easier, it's more fun to yell at black women. You get more views when you blame black women. But Meg Thee Stallion didn't do this by herself. Meg Thee Stallion didn't do this by herself. Meg Thee Stallion didn't do this by herself. She got support. Rock Nation support. Jay-Z said all these mean things about Tory Lanez. If you're Tory Lanez, you probably looked up to Jay-Z. Jay-Z was probably your best favorite rapper. And now Jay-Z saying, believes that you would hurt a woman? How would you feel? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe black men don't have any feelings. It's okay, right? He gonna go home, right? Who cares, right? Who cares how black men feel, right? He gonna go home, right? He rich, right? Who cares? At the end of the day, and this is what, we have to lick our wounds. We have to lick our wounds and still be men. And just continue to love black women and continue to keep on going despite how this was a big deal. What she did is huge. And we still have to go forward and we can't have no criticism. It's a sacred cow. It's a sacred cow. You cannot critique them. I'm not gonna critique them. I'm not allowed to critique them. So I'm gonna focus on my pain, my anguish, the stigma, the King Kong Kung Fu, how I'm seen as guilty before I'm seen as innocent, how I have to prove my innocence. You know what was different with Kyle Rittenhouse? You know what the judge kept saying in the Kyle Rittenhouse case? That Kyle Rittenhouse is innocent and it's on the state. It is the state's burden to prove Kyle guilty. And if they don't meet that burden beyond a reasonable doubt, then he goes home. He goes home because he came into this building innocent. Kyle Rittenhouse came in here innocent. Think about that. Think about that. Kyle Rittenhouse came into this courtroom innocent. And if the state does not prove beyond a reasonable fucking doubt that he is guilty of fucking murder, then he goes the fuck home. Because he's innocent. And it's your burden. And if you make one mistake, as a judge, it's my job to call you on your mistake and tell the jury, hey, he's lying. He's trying to trick you. He's trying to trick you to get you to convict Kyle because he can't prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. I didn't know that's what the judge's job was, but that's what the judge did for Kyle Rittenhouse. Has that happened from Tory Lanez? Has that happened? Why didn't they put a gag on Meg Thee Stallion? Why can Meg Thee Stallion still speak about this? Because when she speaks, it hurts Tory Lanez's ability to make money. Why didn't they gag her? And I don't mean that sexually. I mean in the legal terminology of a gag order. Because I got a lot of haters who watch me, right? And they'll try to do things to my channel saying I did something ignorant. I'm talking about a gag order, in case you're unfamiliar with that. Why didn't they stop her from speaking and stop her from hurting his pocketbook? 300 Warrior, what's up? Wealth Talk Productions in the building. Can't See in Red in the building. 300 Warrior in the building. 5.0, 5.0, 5.0. Tyrone Church in the building. That's my good brother from the Villain Spear. Shout out to the Villain Spear. Shout out to all the brothers over there. Much love to Juan G's. Who came up in the chat? Just DeAndre came up to the chat last night. So shout out to the whole Villain Spear. The brothers, we had a great build last night, and I had fun picking on the brothers, but they have a beautiful sector over there. It's built on code, and they got some OG brothers from the 1.0, 2.0, really locking in with them. So shout out to the Villain Spear. Subscribe to Tyrone Church and the Villain Spear, Juan G's, and all those good brothers over there. I really support them in their movement. So good brothers. And, brothers, steel sharp as steel. Like just DeAndre said, we're not always going to get along. We don't always have to agree. We can agree to disagree. We can be indifferent and still be brothers. So much respect to the Villain Sphere. Much respect to the Villain Sphere.
Playing with my name, and I can't believe it. Okay, I can't tolerate no disrespect like this, because Big Act only comes with the facts. And if you guys don't know, I did a story where actually I tweeted some out. I said, pretty much Tory's lawyer was in court yesterday, and he made mention of DNA results that got submitted by the prosecutor to them, and also the court, that basically said that they scanned the gun, they did all type of DNA tests, and they could not prove or show a positive ID of Tory Lanez DNA on the weapon. It was inconclusive, okay? Now, what's going to happen is that they're going to use further experts to kind of like break down that evidence at a later date. Also, they're going to go through phone records, but the case was postponed to April. Now, clearly, Meg, I think she's more focused on being a victim than anything else. I wasn't even talking about Meg. Me reporting that didn't even call Meg a liar. Okay, but Meg jumped the fuck out the window, basically disrespecting Big Act, basically also just going crazy, acting like I'm working with Tory Lanez, and I had to get her in check. Okay, now let's really talk about the facts of the case. Meg Thee Stallion does not have access, would not be in the know of what is in the discovery files for the defense. Why? Meg Thee Stallion ain't the one who is the plaintiff. She's not in the case. She's a material witness. She's a victim in the goddamn case. Okay? Now, because of that, the DA is doing what they got to do to try to get Tory locked up. Now, let me just keep saying this. I don't know if Tory did it or not. All I could go off is the goddamn info as we get it. Here's the thing. We get info each and every time that make us think one way or the other. We got info that said, Tory said dance right before the shots fired. You know what that makes everybody who's regular think? Oh, Tory did it. Then we get some more info that says, an eyewitness says the muzzle flash, which is a gun muzzle flash, went off closer to the friend of Meg, not Tory. Then we're like, oh, maybe Tory didn't do it. So again, it's a back and forth. Whoever is going to win this case, or it's not even whoever's going to win, will Tory beat the case? We'll figure out in court. However, each and every detail or evidence that comes out makes us feel differently, okay? Now we get to find out that the DNA test results is inconclusive, and here's the thing. Because Meg was acting like she was in the know. Meg, you ain't seen the document. I seen it with my own two eyes, okay? So the source is me, motherfucker, okay? I seen the document. It's the document that is basically the state who ran a test, okay, on the gun. And they had to send it to everybody, including court. Don't ask me how I got it, but I seen it, okay? Now, it said Tory's DNA is inconclusive of finding Tory's DNA on the weapon, okay? Basically, I can't imagine this would help the prosecution when you got to prove a case beyond a reasonable doubt. This is criminal court, not civil court, and no other type of court. You got to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. And if something is inconclusive and it's a matter of opinion or expert analysis, or experts have to like basically break it down for you to get some type of like narrative going on, it's not beyond a reasonable doubt. So me reporting that, Meg got tight. She's accusing me of working with like Tory. Like, come on, Meg. Meg, you need to chill, okay? You know, she tried to little nigga me just because they see me little old big act. I'm on YouTube and stuff. I'm doing like the news. I'm not at some big radio station, even though I got my little Spotify thing. But like, you know what I mean? They look at it like, yo, this guy's a peon. These same rappers used to be begging to be posted. I remember when your peoples used to hit me up begging me to post your stupid ass. But now you got too big for your britches, okay? Megan the Mule done turned to Megan the motherfucking Stallion, okay? So now you think you could talk to me and talk all type of crazy. No. Let me check you. First and foremost, Meg, you've been winning awards for the last 2 years straight up sympathy. We all know your music has been nothing but goddamn mid. Your new name should be Meg the Mid, because that's all you're putting out. Good news was basically bad news for your career. We all see every week you're complaining and crying. You're balling. We're tired of you balling. Oh my God, I can't put out music. You're crying over Carl Crawford denying you the right to put out music. You know why? Because you don't own your shit. You're a peon in the game, okay? You signed to one nigga. He don't like you. You claim he never helped you, but he's financed your whole career with this little hot girl.
Cut the fan on. Cut the fan on. Cool him down. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Cool him off. Cool him off. Cool him off. Oh, academics. Oh, she go, oh man, let's go back in. Cool him off, man. Cool him down, man. Cool him down.
Twerk fest you had going on. Then you're managed by Rock Nation, who too cheap to buy your contract out. And then 300, they basically just got bought by somebody else. Basically, you a peon in the game. You even came out and said you never got paid from your own music. What the hell have you been doing? So the point is this. I don't care where this Meg and Tory case goes. I'm trying to report evidence by evidence, okay? Listen, I got it out the mud. I've been reporting on shit for like literally over a decade. Everybody who watches YouTube channel been seeing it. I'm getting it out the mud. I'm still working for mine. I'm not trying to be big-headed and bougie because I've been in the game for 10 years, but I'd be damned if I let a rapper who just came in on the weakest freshman class, well, actually, it wasn't the weakest, actually, but just came in on the 2018 freshman class. Was it 2018 or 2019? Think that she could talk to me like she's some big dog in the game when she could barely put out music. She barely knows what the hell is going on, and she's been basically mid. Meg, get your career in check, and if you mad at Tory, you go figure that out. Let me tell y'all what I done heard. Meg snaked her little friend, allegedly, started smashing Tory when Tory was smashing her friend first. She was taking mad private jets out to see Tory. Basically like, yo, Tory was running through the whole
Did you know that? I didn't know that. Perfect time and pop. Perfect, fair use. Perfect time and pop. I love you. I give you the news. That's what I do. I love you. I give you. I give. That's what I do. Give me. I give. You take. You receive. You receive. I give. Give. You receive. Push me. Perfect. Pushing P. I pushing P. Pushing P. You receive. Did you know Tory Lanez was hitting the girlfriend? Tory Lanez was hitting the brand first, and Meg Thee Stallion backdoor her own best friend. I didn't know. Did you know? I didn't know. Pastor $40. This Pastor $40. I know Pastor $40 is gonna go in on this. Pastor $40. Pastor, this is I'm a alley-oop. 5.0 Buildersphere. Alley-oop. Pastor $40. Alley-oop. Tory Lanez was sleeping with the best friend first. Meg Thee Stallion was creeping behind her best friend's back. That's how Tory Lanez ended up sleeping with both women. Only here on the Perfect Timing Podcast. Only here.
Crew, okay? Now, go to Kylie's party. She get mad because Tory, of course, he already beat. He beat already. He's on to the next. He's trying to get Kylie now. You see him acting up. You off the liquor. You start acting ratchet. Kylie kicks all of y'all out of his party. Your best friend who you stole Tory from sees the whole thing. She's tight because she ain't know that you took another one of her dudes. How many dudes you gonna take, Meg? Now you are all kicked out of the party. Security basically throw y'all out like Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, and then y'all get to the goddamn car. Y'all all mad as hell, arms folded in a car. Y'all all crying, screaming this and third. I think Wack 100 mentioned you might have kicked out a window because you was like in argument. You were drunk as a motherfucker. Listen, man. The point is this, I still don't know if you got shot or who shot you. All I know is these pieces of evidence or these pieces of facts, allegedly, that I am reporting. Don't get at me, get at the nigga or the chick or I don't know what else that may have hurt you, okay? That's the point that I gotta tell Megan the Mule. Stop it. Act is not the one. Not when you're putting out mid product. You basically a Fashion Nova model. You basically the fourth member to the twerk team for the last 2 years. You can't be fucking serious thinking that you some big dog in the game. Meg, stop it. Learn to accept when evidence don't go your way. This ain't that, okay? Whatever you got with Tory, keep it with that, okay? When I report stuff that is not favorable for Tory, you know what he got to do? Sit there and eat it. And you're going to sit there and eat this one, which I don't think is that terrible, but even though DNA is a big deal. If DNA don't come back with like really a positive match, that's kind of tough. But, still could be convicted. Listen, it's sad that you, Meg Thee Stallion, have hung your hat around being a victim so bad, not around making good music. You see, Tory, who knows if he gets found innocent or guilty? You know what he's been doing for the last 2 years? He's been putting out the best music of his goddamn life. You know why? Because only the music can save him. Because without the music, nobody cares about him. You're the only person who just wants to be a victim so bad. I'm a victim. Yo, why don't y'all like black women? Why don't y'all care about me? Like, God damn it. If you're not a victim in that case, you're then crying about being a victim and not putting your music out. Get it together, man. You look pathetic. And this is the result of you getting that big act. And by the way, don't start bringing up, oh, he only does this to black women. I did it to Meek. I did it to Freddie Gibbs. He's savage. There's a graveyard of rappers that I have dug up and kicked in there after they came at the reputation of pretty much the only, I won't say the only, one of the most notable hip-hop news outlets that got it from the mud. Man, get your mind right. Get off the, I don't know, okay? Okay, allegedly, okay? And stop playing with Big Ack. Get a guy, Mike, like and subscribe to Woods Academics.
Who love you? Who love you? Who love you? Who love you? They don't love you. I know you don't love me. You ain't the same with Big D in the town. I know you don't love me. You ain't the same when Jay-Z's around. I know you like Buck in that dirty South shit. Trying to run game on me, you punk bitch. I know you don't love me. I know you don't love me. I know you don't love me. Who love me? I want to see some 5.0s in the chat. I want to see some 5.0s in the chat. I want to see some 5.0s in the chat. 5.0, 5.0, 5.0, 5.0, 5.0, 5.0. I know you don't love me. Oh my God, man.
I took my drugs and took my love, and when I left out the spot, I got a Barbie from the party, marking X on the dot. She calls my phone up, I told her I'm a loner. She likes my watch, my drop top, and my persona. We hit the highway 155, my whole foot on the dash. She's in my ear, she's got no fear, could care less if we crash. On my radar, I've got some nerve to play hard. I took away my now Playboy sweet on. We don't dance, dance, dance. We don't dance, dance, dance. We don't dance, dance, dance. I left my heart speeding car going 90 in the rain. She took my heart, filled it with nothing but pain. This beat in my hands, it's not for romance. I wanna stay, but playboys, we don't dance, dance, dance. So I won't dance again. Oh baby, I won't dance again. Oh yeah, yeah, I won't dance again. Pretty baby, pretty baby. The after party was at Wilson and 73rd. You've got the notion somebody else was with me first. On my radar, I've got some nerve to play hard, waiting for my chance. You don't make me dance no more, don't dance. No, no, I don't dance, don't dance. Oh no, I don't dance, don't dance. Yeah, I don't dance, no, no. I left my heart speeding car going 90 in the rain. She took my heart, filled it with nothing but pain. This beat in my ears, it's not for romance. Wanna stay, but playboys, we don't dance, dance, dance. I can't dance again. Oh no, I can't dance again. Yeah, yeah. I can't dance again. I won't dance again.
Peace, bro. Peace. What's up, son, Club? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, man.
We just dancing. That's all. We just having a little dance tonight.
You didn't see that, did you?
See what? See what?
Yeah, that comment that SunCloud made a little while ago.
What was it?
I already got it up on the screen.
5%ers. 5%.
No, I was hoping your dyslexia would kick in. Then it would have been 5.0, you see.
You transpose it.
I said, Perfect be transposing things. Let me just do it, go ahead of time. That way, when he sees it, he'll say, yeah, 5.0.
5.0. I wouldn't even read it. I'll just read it the way it was supposed to be. Hey, don't tell nobody. Sure. I'm glad it's just family around, everybody. Hey, what's up though, bro? How you been, man? We just dancing, man. We've been wiggling out here, man. We've been putting it down. We did
doing good, man.
We did homelessness, the color of homelessness. The color of homelessness is green. Shout out to 300 and my brother, because they expounded on that. The color of homelessness is green. And then I think I did another show, but I don't remember. I think I did another show, but and then we got Meg Thee Stallion, man. But chime in, man, on whatever, man.
You know what Meg isn't just a dessert, man.
I like that dessert.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the term trifle?
I have heard of a trifle.
It's a type of dessert.
It is.
Let me put this link over here in the back chat if you could pull that up. Perfect. A trifle is a layered dessert found in British and other cuisines. Made with thin layers of sponge fingers, commonly soaked in sherry or another fortified wine, custard, and a fruit element. That right there is a trifle. Doesn't that look good?
Who wouldn't want to take a bite? Who
But then
wouldn't want to eat?
look at the definition of a trifle. A thing of little value or importance. Look at it look at the verb number 1. Someone or something without seriousness or respect. That's someone who goes and sleeps with her best friend's dude.
Man.
And takes him. And he ain't no better for accepting her.
Right. He got what, man, so he's partying his own, he's a party in his own demise.
Teeth hurt. Perfect.
Yeah.
He wanted some of that trifle. And now he's got a toothache.
That's what it is. Damn. You've been talking about this. He looked past her character.
Yeah.
That was a character flaw that she would do that.
All he saw was the dessert. He didn't see all that sugar, all those calories. He didn't think about brushing his teeth after he partook. You know, he didn't think about none of that. All he saw was the trifle. You know, that's where that term trifling comes from, right?
Right. I can see that now. Something or someone or something without seriousness
good,
or respect.
But it has no nutrition.
Back to the plate.
It looks good, but it could put you in a coma.
It's trifling.
But he thought he was getting a treat.
He thought he was getting a treat. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. And what did he end up with, y'all? I didn't say it. Now, don't answer that question. Don't answer that question. I'm just asking you guys, what did he get? A trick or a treat? Don't answer it. Just a question. Trick or treat. Trick or treat.
You know what? Is it that common, man? Because you know who I'm thinking about right now? Chris Brown.
Oh, yeah?
And Rihanna. How's this any different?
The victims. And no, it was a woman who was a victim in that case too. You're right. There are a lot of similarities.
One had the higher star. One had more fame. Then the whole thing went down, and the positions changed. I think the only thing that saved Chris Brown is that culture wasn't what it is now.
If it was the Me Too culture, I don't think we would have a Chris Brown right now.
And plus, Jay-Z, really, Jay?
Yeah.
I think that Jay-Z might be partaking of the trifle.
Ooh. At least one time?
Yeah, that's why Solange was beating up on him in the elevator. You thinking?
At least one time, right?
Because she seems to be his type.
Right? What's his type? Alive?
The derriere, sir, the derriere.
Okay, yeah, you're right. From Texas too. Same little Texas little vibe. You right. Same little Texas little vibe. Yep. Same little attitude, little body type. Yep.
And she gonna come out with the song in a few months about catching him groping on somebody's booty while at a party, and he's gonna say, "I thought it was you. Look at that booty. Don't that booty look just like yours? I
It
just
does.
thinking it
It
was you.
does.
You can't blame me."
I-
You look at that booty. Don't that booty look just like yours? I
It
just
does.
thinking it was
It
you.
does.
You can't blame me.
Oh, wait a minute. Mrs. Perfect Timing. I said, don't answer the question. I said, don't answer the question.
So you see triflingness. A person with a trifling character, the way that they move is trifling, deceptive. And yet you proceed. What is that calling you? What's calling out to you? And look what Miss Perfect Timing put down here in the chat. She hit him first and provoked him by talking about his mother being abused too.
That's Rihanna.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't matter though.
No, it didn't.
And the fact that he grew up in a single parent home and that he already had these issues and that his little brother was in the car. So he
Run.
he felt like he had to defend the little boy.
To anybody out there, if you see a trifle, and you know what a trifle is now, something that looks good but is of little value or importance, is something not to be taken seriously. Run. If you want a bite, run. If it's winking at you, run.
Run! Run!
If you like that jiggle, run. If you're hypnotized, run.
Run!
Because you do stupid shit. Because you do stupid shit when you ain't thinking. You forgot that you're on a weight loss program. You forgot that you out of your insulin shots. But it looks so good. It looks so good. And then you take it and then you have a bad reaction. She didn't have to be so sugary. You didn't have to eat it. You didn't have to partake of it. So I'm in agreement with you. I'm not gonna blame her.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to pick on Meg Thee Stallion tonight. It's not about Meg Thee Stallion. The thumbnail and the name is a lot of clickbait, but the goal is to speak more about the King Kong Fu and the stigma that we show when we talked about Martin Luther King at the beginning of Black History Month, and the speech that got Martin Luther King. When some people speculate the speech that got him in trouble, where he talked about going to Washington and getting our check. So it's that stigma. The question was asked to Martin Luther King: why is it that Black people haven't been able to matriculate in American society like other minorities? Martin Luther King answered by saying that, unlike other minorities, there was a stigma, a stench left upon Blacks after slavery. That when we go into a bank, that when we go into a hospital, it's a reason why Black women die in labor more than any other women. Why we were used as guinea pigs in science laboratories. They don't believe we feel pain. They don't believe we feel love. They believe we have a higher proclivity to violence and sexuality. And then when we buy into that as a people ourselves, it even further damns us. So I wanted to talk about Tory Lanez is not even American, Sunclaw. I don't know. It's so much to expound. We don't have to go to the battle of the sexes. That's too easy. I'll save that for someone else. I'll let someone else pick on Meg Thee Stallion and make this about Black men and Black women. It's not about that, but I'll let someone else on a lower frequency do that. Tory
British.
Lanez is not even American. He's a Canadian citizen.
Oh, he's from Kanakistan.
Yeah. See, look, how many people even knew that Tory Lanez is not even an American citizen? And this American person was allowed to just decimate him financially, socially. What recompense is there? So I want to talk about the value of the Black male. I want to talk about how we value ourselves because it's reflective of how we treat ourselves in this space. The sacred
Yeah, I don't
cow
even know why I'm
argument.
thinking about that. Perfect.
Go ahead, brother, please.
That's some song. Was it Ludacris? Yeah, when I move, you move.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that.
Mm-hmm.
We have to watch how we move, with who we move. We shouldn't have to. In an ideal, just world, we should not have to worry about how we move, with who we move. But we're not in that world. We're in a world where we start not at the starting line, but 5 paces behind the starting line. 5 paces behind everybody else. And why? Why put yourself in an even worse position? And that's what he did messing with Meg. He knew she won't righteous. That character is not a character that is worthy of a relationship. And I'm not talking about anything about her. It's not her, it's her personality. That type of person. You can't build anything. When she's in that mode and that mindset that she has a friend, a quote unquote friend, and is willing to betray her friend to go and sleep with you, and yet you don't think she wouldn't turn around and betray you if she betrayed her best friend? That
And
right
we don't find this out till a year later. And he's been under a gag order, but she's been freely able to speak and have this social media war that's crippled him. But we have to wait till the discovery comes out to find out that he was actually sleeping with the other woman first. That they got kicked out of the party because Meg was unruly and she becomes a blackout drunk and she becomes violent. And the thing that bothers me, that it no matter how you feel, is that what does it take for a
Hold
black?
on, hold on. What did you say about her becoming inebriated? What did she do when she became inebriated?
She blacks out. She couldn't testify to the events of the night. She couldn't remember. She fired her stylist because her stylist testified to the police that she regularly gets blackout drunk. And she has to wake her up and bring her clothes and get her dressed. Everyone in her circle knows this. That they had to take the out. Rock Nation dried her out and took the alcohol away. She's a blackout drunk. Oh, y'all didn't know that? I thought everybody knew that.
And supposedly he didn't know that.
Wow.
And he was dating her best friend.
Correct.
Bull butter.
And to the
Bull
point,
butter that he didn't know.
and tried to date a third friend at the party that night. And that's what ignited the whole argument. He was at a party with two women he was sleeping with, and he found a third woman to tickle his fancy. And he had made up his mind that he would leave with this third woman. And they didn't have that. This third woman happened to be Kylie Jenner. And they put him out the party. And the argument ensued in the car. And I believe the argument had nothing to do because think about it. Both of them were aware that they were sleeping with him when they went to the party. So that wasn't new news. Is everybody tracking with me? That isn't new to these to the three people in question. They knew each of them. It's so funny, right? They all know that they're sleeping with one another, right? Even if they haven't discussed it in open, they all know this, right? So it's not new when they get into the limo after the party. The only thing that's new is that Tory has tried to now interject another person into the trio, making it a quartet. Perfect timing. I'm on one tonight, baby.
I want to share something with y'all.
Share.
It's something about Hispanic culture. There's a saying: "Ladrón que le roba ladrón merece perdón," or "Ladrón que le roba ladrón merece 100 años de perdón." Do you know what that means?
No. What does that mean, bro?
It means that a thief who steals from a thief deserves forgiveness. So
Oh,
basically, he was a thief who was stealing from a thief. How can a thief get mad from somebody stealing from them something that they stole from somebody else?
right. Right. I'm just returning the favor.
Yeah.
I'm just returning the
She's
favor.
over there stealing the TV, and he's over there stealing out her pocket. You know, it's all fair.
All
Or
fair.
better said, there's no honor among thieves.
There's no honor among thieves. I like that.
And what did she expect?
I don't know what she expected, to be honest. I
That
think
he
she,
that he was gonna be faithful if he won't even faithful to her best friend.
I
Or,
think,
or maybe she think, oh, I got it like that. Ain't no man gonna cheat on me.
no, this is one of the things we pointed out about men. What we're talking about now takes self love and a proactive thought pattern. Everything that happened, and it's obvious from the events of the night, was reactionary. She's a reactionary individual. And what we've promoted on our channel and what we've taught our listeners is that in order to avoid pitfalls in life, you have to have self love, and self love is what projects proactiveness in these situations. Like Trey in Boys in the Hood, he said, "Let me out the car." If you had self love, Tory Lanez, if you had real care and concern like he does now, because he's changed, this event has changed him. But if he cared enough about his career and his blessings that night, he never would have gotten a car with those two individuals. If he had been proactive, and I know he had a long time to think about it because it's taken him a long time to get back to making music and back to making money. This girl had decimated him. He was wanting to commit harm to himself. So now he's finally learned what self love is. Self love, to my audience, is being proactive. Being proactive. Proactive enough to say no. Proactive enough to say, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to sleep with you. I'm not going to have another drink. I'm not going to take that pill. I don't care about the peer pressure. I don't care about the sex that we might have. I'm putting myself before all those things. He didn't do that night. I hope you heard that what my brother son Claude was explaining. We make jokes, we having fun, but we come back to these same premises. I'm talking about this case because it's very important for black men. There's so much to unpack. It's a huge lesson he learned as a young 20-year-old black male millionaire. He learned to value his blessing. It was taken away because he did not value it, pissed it away, thought it was just here forever. Now you have to be proactive.
Damn,
You have to
on
have,
perfect.
say it again.
Why'd you have to say that, man? Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever. But look, you're starting, you're building on sand. Him building a relationship with her is building something of a house on sand. And not just sand, but quicksand. So there once was a turtle. Long, long ago, there was a turtle. And he had gotten into some relationship with the woman who was married. That turtle ain't me. I'm just saying it's a turtle I may or may not be acquainted to. Things did not end well. Things did not end well. But what did that turtle expect? She was married. She was married with children. And things did not go well. Turtle, 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 turtle. Ah, turtle, 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 turtle. Things did not end well.
Bad turtle.
Look, if you start off in a relationship with things like that, Yeah, it's exactly what you think it is. Yes, yes. And if you start off relationships in a trifling way, then that is your base level. Your base level is trifling. Everything about that relationship will be trifling. So, oh, a married woman or a woman in a relationship who was supposed to be in a serious relationship is going to leave that relationship to be with you. That tells you all you need to know about that person. If they'll leave that other person, they'll probably leave your ass too. If they're willing to sleep with their best friend's man, they, they might be willing to sleep with one of your homies or one of her other girlfriends' boyfriends. What should you expect? If I hang out with somebody who's a thief, they know where I have all my shit, what kind of shit I have. Should I be surprised if my house gets broken into? Should I?
Birds of a feather flock together. It simply was a response in kind. I had a discussion last night on Pastor $40 panel. I'm not going to go too deep into it because I don't want to take away of the great work we did tonight. But what I basically said was one of the brothers got accused of being wrong, but I said he basically was responding in kind. You guys have created a cult of personality, and now this person has responded in that culture. And you want to say that that's not the culture that you've cultivated, but you actually named your movement after chaos. So the chaos that ensued, you have to have some responsibility for that. Sunclaw has said tonight that Tory Lanez has to have some responsibility. Reason we're taking that vantage point is because we want the men in this sphere, black, white, red, and blue pill, pimp and simp, to take some accountability and do the heavy lifting and be more proactive versus complaining and being the victim. I don't want you looking like Meg. I don't want you looking like the victim after 2 years, after 15 years on YouTube. We still victims. Let's take the power back and be proactive, men. When Tory Lanez decided to stop being a victim, he sold his album as an NFT and made himself a millionaire. He was dropped from the label. There was nothing stopping him. He couldn't go to the record label and sell music, so he created his music as an NFT. Now he's a millionaire independently. But he had to get out of his depression. He had to take some self-accountability, do a self-assessment, do the heavy lifting. And then you know what he did after he did that? He went to work. He couldn't focus on Meg, even though she was wrong. This is what I've been saying about the black woman. He couldn't focus on Meg and what she had done, even though she had committed an atrocity, told a lie that almost lost his life. But if he would have focused on the wrong done to him, he wouldn't be here now. That Steve Harvey say, and it helped me after my divorce. Life is not about what happened to you. That's 10%.
So he moved on.
He moved
He
on.
was not lingering around like a broccoli fart.
Okay.
Well, you know broccoli farts kind of have that tendency to linger. Or is that just me?
My baby made some shrimp and broccoli the other day too, like beef and broccoli. We made this shrimp and broccoli again. That was bomb. But Tory Lanez, the reason I'm talking about this story again is because I think it has a lot that we can learn as men in the manosphere about accountability, about self-love, about being proactive, about the stigma. Because if you are educated about the stigma that you have on you, and this stigma is not unique to black men anymore. This stigma has been painted broadly across all men. They call it toxic masculinity. It's not called black toxic masculinity. It's not called white toxic masculinity. All men have been painted with this broad brush. So if you know that they have this opinion, then we have to be more proactive. Like Sunclaw said, you have to choose your friends, male and female, based on character.
Mark, what I was saying is that we can't linger in depression, linger in sadness, linger just feeling down and bad about ourselves.
No, no,
We,
no,
we, we
no.
can't just be lingering like a broccoli fart. We need to move on.
He just wanted you to hear it. Say
You,
it
you
one more
need to turn
time.
on the fan, man.
One more time. Put it in the chat. Can we get broccoli fart in the chat? Since we're gonna go there, since we going there, let's go there all the way. Can we get broccoli fart in the chat? You know what I mean? So we're discussing Meg Thee Stallion, and I think it's very fortuitous that the conversation has moved to broccoli fart. Only I caught that, and nobody else caught that. Okay. Okay. Kinsey and Red said, Mark, you walked into a sub called Dutch Oven. This is not that party. This is not this is not that party. This is not that party. We are celebrating. We are celebrating. Ken, Ken, Ken is that little kid that he a whooping don't help him. You know what I mean? Some kids, you could whoop them. You know how grandma be like, you could whoop that boy, but it ain't going to matter. That boy, he just touched. Some of our family is just touched. And Ken, I put Ken on timeout, and he just act up even more on timeout. So can't put Ken on timeout no more because he just get bad. But now look, the whole chat with no broccoli fart. The whole chat, it's a fart show. It didn't turn into a fart show. all the women that left the chat, we probably had some women. You know what, fellas? I was saying today, and then my wife got upset, but when I first started my channel, I was really big on the manosphere and red pill and all that BS, right? And most of my listeners was in the 45 to 55-year-old males. 90% of my listeners were 45 to 55-year-old males. And I remember telling my wife, I want a broader audience because, like I said, this whole thing for me was about father power. And my goal and my prayer was that one day maybe my sons would see me on YouTube, or what ended up happening is other people's sons started watching me. So now, guess what, you guys? In my 45 to 55 segment, it went down from 90% down to 17%. So most of the people who watch me now are young men and women. I have women in every segment, women from 18 to even I have a woman at 65 years old. So the tack that we've taken to focus on men, to respect women, and to not focus on picking on women, but focusing on self and making sure, like girl behind the mic said, like attracts like. So it's been very powerful, the transition of the channel. So I want to thank everybody, people like Mark Nash and people like Kinsey and Red, everybody who's really supported the channel, because my goal was to have the respect in the ear of the youth. And I got that now. So we got 18, 20, and 30 all watching us, listening to us. So I take my time researching the subjects, and I make it entertaining. But my prayer is that they get something from the message. That's the goal. But if y'all like broccoli farts, we could go back to that. Oh man, you know
Well,
what?
what I'm trying to say is that he moved. He didn't just sit there and stew on that on what happened to him. He moved forward. He didn't have money. He made money. He couldn't sell his music through the record label. He found another way.
Right?
There's a saying, and people have heard it. It's so cliche when somebody closes a door. What's that other part? Perfect.
Open the window, right? God opens a window.
Exactly. God opens a window to let that smell
Let
out.
that broccoli fart smell out. Somebody open the window.
Yeah, that's the good stuff right there, man. That's the good stuff. You see, if you're being sneaky about it, you spray it before you have it come out.
Oh man, I got my laptop
A,
wet.
a
God
preemptive spray. That's what it is.
I didn't spray the MacBook.
But yeah, we have choices that we make in life. We have the choice to go left or go right, and sometimes you have to think about the choices that you make. And is it worth it? And if you were to ask him today, if is it worth it, would you have done everything the same again? I bet his answer would have been no.
No,
She looks nice. She ain't the most gorgeous woman I've ever seen. She ain't ugly, but she ain't one of a kind either.
no,
Her personality, he can't say, "Oh, it was her personality." No, no, it ain't. She didn't have a good personality. Blackout drunk, belligerent, turned everybody on you. So no. But all he was thinking about was just the derriere. And hopefully he won't end up in a place where all somebody else, namely Bubba, will be thinking about his derriere. I hope you don't end up there, Tory.
me too, man. Me too, man. So this been a good show, man. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I'm gonna give you the flow to close it on out. Anybody want to come up and add their 2 cents? Let's check the poll. Let's check the poll. What did I get on the poll? 57% say Meg lied, and 43% say free Tory Lanez. So that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. So thank you guys for voting in the poll, joining us tonight. Yeah, Pastor, man, what you doing, man? Come up, Pastor, man. We can chop it up real quick, man. Me and Pastor had a good stream last night. I was picking on the villain sphere cats. What you got on it, Pastor? Did you know that Tory Lanez was sleeping with the best friend? I always thought that Tory Lanez was sleeping with Meg, and then he slept with the best friend. I didn't know it went that way. So, what you got on the Son Claude? We getting out of here.
Man, I heard a joke, a long time ago. I don't even remember the joke properly. I think it's an elevator story. And there's an old lady in an elevator, And this young lady gets on the elevator. The door closes. She presses the button, and the old lady is sniffing. And the young lady says, "Oh, that's Chanel. That's $500 an ounce." And then the young lady starts sniffing, and the old lady says, "Broccoli, 5 cents a pound."
Okay. Why not? Yeah. 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 5 cents a pound. Broccoli. That's how we gonna end it. With that right there. Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Perfect Timing Podcast with me and my brother Son Claude. It's been a great one, man. As always. I've been feeling good. I might give y'all a sermon tomorrow. Depends on how I feel. Might be inspired, man. See how the Lord moves me. Good night, y'all.
Hey, perfect. Before you go,
Yeah.
that
What you
song
got?
from the other day, what was it? Drink till you can't.
Drink till you can't drink no more.
And smoke till you can't see no more.
Oh yeah, on the homeless guy.
I
Yeah.
was thinking that sounded like Anderson Peck, although it could also be what's this other guy? No, I was thinking it probably was Anderson Peck. I don't know why.
That was dope, huh?
Yeah, but who was that?
That was a homeless guy.
Who was singing that
Yeah, it was a
on the
homeless man.
street?
Yeah.
And he ain't signed.
Yeah, that's why I started it like that. So you can see what type of talent, what type of people are actually homeless.
That's almost
Yeah.
reminded me of that dude who was what was that? The radio voice who was the bum on the street.
Right.
Brother too.
And he turned out, yep, I remember he had that voice. That was during
Mm-hmm.
Obama, right?
Yeah.
Yep, I remember him.
Hmm.
Yep. That was a homeless man. You didn't see the video.
No, I was just listening to it, man. That thing caught me. I said, "Who is that? That got to be some famous artist or some shit."
Check out the
Man,
video. Homeless guy.
if somebody out there ain't got the sense to sign him and get him some kind of record deal, well, you know what? They gave Meg Thee Stallion a record deal, so
Right.
man, but that thing was tight. I thought that came from some album or something. I liked how it was a cappella, and him bumping it out. That thing was slick and it had a nice flow. The lyrics went tight.
I don't have a lot of, Binky and I talked to Coffee today. Everybody liked that video. It don't have a lot of views. I don't know what it be. Some of my best videos don't have a lot of views. If you look at it right now, it don't have a lot of views, but I like doing that video. We're going to do a series, and I'm going to do a playlist, so maybe it'll blow up in the playlist. So that was the color of homelessness. Then next, we're going to do the age of homelessness, and then the cost of homelessness.
You know what? I think that dude should be featured in each one of these homelessness videos, man. Because
I
that thing
will.
is tight.
That's a good idea.
And
That's
plus,
a
it
good
might not
idea.
have no copyright on it.
I'm going to do that. That's a good idea. And then we're going to put out that 3-piece set, the homeless 3-piece set.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be live. She actually sent me the video.
And that's out there in Atlanta.
So she sent me the video, and he requested I do I didn't show the video that she sent me because I didn't want to cause any YouTube beef because it's a black dude on YouTube. So I created my own with the same sentiment that she wanted to express. So the whole reason I even went toward the homeless is because she sent me this video and it was moving. So I was like, okay, we can get into that.
So I've already said it several times this evening, and we like to think there's always somebody else's fault. The things are somebody else's fault. There are things, yeah, that can be somebody else's fault. But there's situations in which we put ourselves in. There's situations in which we stay in them. And the only reasons that they happen is because we allowed them to continue happening. And sometimes you need to make that determination and come to the right conclusions on things, on situations. Sometimes you're saying, man, so and so is such an asshole. I can't believe that they got the audacity to treat me in a certain way. Could you have gotten up and left? Yeah. Why didn't you? Well, dang, I can do that? Yeah, you can do that. You know, sometimes you need to come to the realization of, yeah, you can do that. You can get up and walk out right now. You can. You ain't got to put up with this. You remember that line from that sitcom in the early 90s? I don't have to take this. I'm going home. You don't have to put up with shit. Go home, man. I ain't got to stay here. I ain't got to stay in this situation. I ain't got to put up with this. But you know why you never came to that realization? Because deep down somewhere inside you thought, I deserve this. And I'm here to tell you, you don't deserve that. Love yourself a little bit more. You know, I know it's not a Tuesday, it's a Saturday night. But always watch your taco and wash your taco. Look after yourself and take care of yourself. That's what it means. Peace. I'm out.
Salute, bro. Self-care and self-love. Self-care and self-love. That's my good brother right there. We're going to end it with a song. Because that song is slapping. So we're going to end it with a song. And I'm going to say salute.
I took my drugs and took my love, and when I left out the spot, I got a Barbie from the party, marking X on the dot. She calls my phone up, I told her I'm a loner. She likes my watch, my drop top, and my persona. We hit the highway 155, my whole foot on the dash. She's in my ear, she's got no fear, could care less if we crash. On my radar, I've got some nerve to play hard. I took away my now Playboy sweetheart. We don't dance, dance, dance. We don't dance, dance, dance. We don't dance, dance, dance. I left my heart speeding car going 90 in the rain. She took my heart, filled it with nothing but pain. This speed in my ass, it's not for romance. I wanna stay, but Playboys, we don't dance, dance, dance. So I won't dance again. Oh baby, I won't dance again. Oh yeah, yeah, I won't dance again. Pretty baby, pretty baby. The after party was at Wilson and 73rd. You've got the notion somebody else was with me first. On my radar, I've got some nerve to play hard, waiting for my chance. You don't make me dance no more, don't dance. No, no, I don't dance, don't dance. Oh no, I don't dance, don't dance. Yeah, I don't dance, no, no. I left my heart speeding car going 90 in the rain. She took my heart, filled it with nothing but pain. This beat in my ears, it's not for romance. Wanna stay, but Playboys, we don't dance, dance, dance. I can't dance again. Oh no, I can't dance again. Yeah, yeah. I can't dance again. I won't dance again.